Mist, mountains and fake Switzerland. We're hiking the 200-kilometre Kunpeng Trail right here on Drone and Phone. Well, it is section 12 today on the Kunpeng. What are we doing today?
Today only one session, right? In this episode, I think it's about 20k in distance with 1200 meters of elevation. Big hill to climb.
Yeah, so it's still a decent hike, but we're only going to get one section in, which means in the following episodes we're going to be doing some major hiking to catch up. Right, let's get going, Jack. Opened in 2024 and stretching just over 200 kilometres across the city's green spine, the Kunpeng Trail is Shenzhen's longest and most iconic hiking route. Named after the mythical Kun, a colossal sea fish, and Peng, a magnificent bird, the trail offers a real challenge for visiting and local hikers alike. Spanning 20 diverse segments that link 10 major mountains, 20 country parks and numerous reservoirs, it gives a very different experience of one of China's major cities. We have divided it into 10 episodes, each starting and finishing at a road you can get out of. We start section 12 by returning to the end of section 11 in Yantian, where we stayed the night before. So we were in a taxi and the lady who was driving the DD thought that Jack was my brother, thought we were related. I mean, you can see the similarities, right?
Yeah, definitely.
This is our first day on the trail of cloudy weather as we start with a long climb up into the mist. So it looks like we're going up into the clouds unless they disperse before we get there. So not expecting any pretty shots from the peaks today. It is quite cloudy, definitely a touch cooler than it was yesterday, which is great actually. It's nice weather for hiking. The path follows a cycle track which you occasionally cross. It's easy going as you slowly climb up around 500 meters. So this trail, this is basically a cycle track, though we're seeing a few cars coming up here, but we're kind of zigzagging across it on paths, as you can see here, and some trucks coming up the other side. As we walk, we pass porters carrying heavy equipment to work on a new electricity infrastructure, along with donkeys still being used for transportation in one of the world's most advanced cities. The first part of section 12 finishes at the reservoir, perched 550 metres up above the city, which you skirt around on a flat road before heading off on a big loop that takes you up to the highest point in the area. So we're coming to a reservoir here. It looks like there's lots of infrastructure. So we're passing through the gates and we'll be looking out over it. It's absolutely beautiful here. Lovely day out. And as always, we've got the Kunpeng Trail signs showing us where to go. So we're doing a half circle around this reservoir here. It's very pleasant, on concrete though. And then we're going to basically go up into those clouds there. We've got about another 200 meters to climb that will put us well into the cloud base, so probably won't get to see very much once we start doing that. Understandably, there are a number of security checks along this part of the city to guard against wildfires. So we're just checking for fire lighters, or any lighters for cigarettes and stuff, just to make sure that we are not going to cause a fire, though it'd be very difficult to cause a fire on a day like today because it is very damp. The loop has a further 200 metres of climbing, but the going is fairly easy along a concrete path and steps. At the peak is a viewing tower if you get a clear day. Well, the peak has cleared up. It's right up there. That's where we were just a minute ago. So you can see it's just really like a pyramid where we have been. So we've kind of come from the reservoir here, we've done a circle around, We've gone up to the peak there, it's just going back into the mist now. And then we've come down and around, and we're kind of following the reservoir, which is just over there on what is quite a nice trail, as Jack's getting ready for another shot. Once back down to the reservoir, you again follow it round to the end, looking for a turning that will take you on a reasonably flat path.
I have to give some credit to this section 12, where I've been hiking on mostly dirt trail. It's so pleasant down the concrete and stairs.
As you begin to descend down to the Tea Stream Valley, you pass through a number of historical sites, all marked with sculptures. This route is taking us through a sculpture park that is sort of talking about really the history of the 20th century in China. Lots of things, particularly in this area.
Yeah, this is the Sanzhou-Tian village. After the rebellion, this assembled the Qing army came and burned the whole village.
That's what's left. So this something quite unique really to a trail, that as we walk along the trail we're really sort of walking through a museum at the same time. Unfortunately all of the placards are in Chinese, but I guess a simple translation app would fix that if I wanted to find out what was going on, but I don't need that because I've got Jack. In a bizarre twist, the path spills you out into Interlaken Swiss village. Developed at the start of the 2000s, this eco-tourist resort is modelled after a town of the same name in Switzerland, but has now fallen into disrepair and awaits a renovation. So this is a model of a Swiss village that was built here. It looks a little bit run down, but it's still operational, and there are some options for food and a few other things. We're just going to cross over here. Have a look, there seems to be a coffee place down here which looks very attractive. Oh, there's even a KFC. So plenty of options for food, and we are at 11.5k, so just over halfway, so not bad at all. The Swiss town also has tea plantations, apparently an idea from the designers along the lines of Tea Meets Switzerland. After a brief exploration, we carry on along a stream, but soon run into problems. So up until this point, we found that the signage has been very good, but here we've really just come to a dead end. Jack's kind of bushwhacking down a river down there to see if he can find the trail. But I'm pretty sure the one that I suggested back there will be the right one, because someone has cut a trail going up. It's not going quite in the right direction, but I'm sure it will work itself out.
Get a bit of a familiar feeling? For people who watch Kunpeng a lot, this is what we normally do.
Are you sure, mate? I should follow my GPX, not yours. If you find these tapes after we've disappeared, please tell my children and my wife how much I love them, and had a good run, really, considering how long I spent with Jack. Half an hour later, we're back in the same place.
I know exactly where to go. I just try to test if DJ is able to tell the way. It turns out he cannot, so I'm leading the right way now again, on a good track.
Here we meet Mr. Fan from Xi'an. So one of the great things about doing these kind of trails is that you meet other people doing the trail along the way, and then you kind of meet them from time to time as you go along, as you catch them up or they go past you. It's always good fun and big spirit lifter to talk to other people who are going through the same thing. The second half of section 12 involves another climb up to 515 metres and a fascinating summit. So to finish off, we have gone off trail to get to the summit here. Seems a shame. It's an extra 100 metres climb, 350 metres in length, so quite a steep up. but well worth it. Hopefully it's going to be well worth it. Let's see. Woo! There we go. Top of the mountain. Wow! Look at that! Woo!
So I have to mention that the true hiker never leave garbage on the trail. So we met Mr. Fan from Xi'an. He came to Shenzhen for a concert. That after the concert, he has time to hike a bit. He had lots of food and drink in his backpack, and he also got a garbage bag to hand there. Look, everything consumed, the garbage consumed through the hike, he will collect and dispose later when it's proper. That's what we should do.
The section finishes with a descent down to the main road, which you follow down towards Pingshan town, and a good place to find accommodation for the night. We found plenty of hotel options on the back half of the Kunpeng Trail for around 200 RMB per night to save you having to carry camping equipment. Well, that's it for this section. We've done about 18k, another couple to go. It's been absolutely fantastic. We've been up that massive mountain up there and all around 2 reservoirs. How's it been for you?
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, from that high point, it's lots of dirt trail for this session. So far, it's my favorite so far.
Yeah, one of the very best. Now, if you want to see all of the previous and, in fact, the next to come, if you subscribe, you're going to find that on our website at droneandphone.com. Also on our YouTube channel. I don't know why he does that.
Yeah,
He never puts a link
This time I
in.
will.
For now, my name's DJ.
I'm Jack.
This is
Drone and Phone.
So you can see this steep gully below me now. Jack nearly fell off a cliff and went down there by insisting on following his own way when it was clear that this was the right way. And he's now coming back and deciding to heed the wise words of the elderly member of the team, the one who has a little bit more wisdom than maybe he does in his naivety, his naive youth.